Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video we are going to solve the 11th question from CIE IGCSE 058043 extended paper from May-June 2024. Now this question is from mensuration. In the circle with center O, the length of the minor arc PQ is 3/7 of the length of the major arc PQ. Show that x is equal to 108 degree. Now here not a lot of data is given, but we are going to make use of the information they have given over here. So the length of the minor arc PQ is 3/7 of the length of the major arc PQ. So here this sentence we are going to write it as an equation as the length of the minor arc PQ is in mathematics is written as equal to sign 3/7 of his multiplication the length of the major arc PQ. Now we have the formula for arc length as theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Where theta represents the central angle of the minor segment or the major segment and r is the radius of the circle. Now let us consider the length of the minor arc. Now if we consider this minor arc, theta, that is the central angle, is going to be x degree and we do not know the radius, so we are going to keep r as it is. So here the length of the minor arc is written as the central angle is x, so theta is x here over 360 times 2 times pi times r is the radius. Since r value is not given, we are going to keep it as r equal to 3/7 times. Now length of the major arc, let us write it as, now the central angle for the major arc is going to be this angle. So here it is going to be 360 degree minus the angle of the minor segment. So it becomes 360 minus x divided by 360 times 2 times pi times the radius is of the same circle. So here also we have considered radius as r. Now here 2 pi from the left hand side cancels the 2 pi from the right hand side and the radius are same, so radius also gets cancelled, and similarly we are going to cancel 360 from the left hand side and 360 from the right hand side. So we are left with x on the left hand side and on the right hand side we are left with 3/7 times 360 minus x. Now here I am going to take 7 on the left hand side, so we get 7x is equal to, now expanding this bracket, 3 multiplies with 360 giving us 1080 and 3 also multiplies with negative x giving us negative 3x. Now let us gather the like terms, that is negative 3x is taken on the left hand side. So we get 7x plus 3x which gives us 10x is equal to 1080. Now taking 10 on the right hand side, the 10 divides 1080. So x will be equal to 1080 over 10, or it gives us the value of x as 108 degrees. So this is what we had to prove in the question. That is, we had to show that the value of x is going to be 108 and we have proved it over here. Now let us move on to the B sub question. The diagram shows a sector OAB of a circle with center O and radius r. The area of the triangle OAB is half the area of the sector OAB. Angle AOB is given as y degree and it is an obtuse angle. Show that 360 times sine y is equal to pi times y. Now here we have to prove this given equation, and for that a hint is given that area of the triangle OAB is half the area of the sector. So let me write here. Now to write the area of the triangle OAB, I have made use of this formula, that is 1/2 times A times B times sine C. Now A and B represents the two sides of the triangle in which we have the inclusive angle C. So in this case for this triangle, A represents OA and B represents OB, and the inclusive angle C becomes angle AOB, that is angle Y. So here we have written 1/2 times A represents OA times B is OB times sine of the inclusive angle between two sides, that is AOB, is equal to, that is represents equal to sign, half times, that is 1/2 times area of the sector. Area of the sector formula is theta, that is the central angle of the sector, over 360 times pi times radius square. Now the next step is substitution of the respective values. Now here 1/2 from the left hand side divides the 1/2 from the right hand side. Now OA is r, that is radius of the sector, and OB is also the radius of the sector, so we have written r here, times sine of angle AOB, which is sine of y degree, is equal to, theta represents the central angle of the sector now, which is y. So theta is being represented as y over 360 times pi times the radius is r again. Now r times r is r square. So r square from the left hand side divides r square from the right hand side. So we are left with sine y is equal to pi times y over 360. Now we are going to take 360 on the left hand side, so it gets multiplied with sine y. So we get 360 times sine y is equal to pi times y. Now this is what we had to show over here. Now moving on to the next one. Complete the table giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places. Now here simply we have to plug in the value of y for this column and get the values. Now few values have been done for us as we can see. So let us find out the value of pi y when we put the value of y as 108.6. So pi times y value is given as 108.6. So let us multiply and check how much we get. So we get it in decimals as 341.176. Since we have to round it to 2 decimal places, I am going to write it as 341.18. Now for the next one, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to substitute the value of y as 108.7. So let us see for the first column what value we get. That is 360 times sine of 108.7. That will give us the value as 340.99. Now since we have to round it to 2 decimal places, we are going to get it as 341. So let me write here 341.00. Now finally let us check it for pi y. So pi times 108.7, that will give us 341.49. So let me write here 341.49. Now the last sub question of this question paper. Complete the statement the value of y correct to 1 decimal place that satisfies the equation 360 sine y is equal to pi y. Now here if we look at this 360 sine y, it has already been rounded to 1 decimal place. So let us try to get pi y to 1 decimal place. So let us check for the first value. If we round this pi y to 1 decimal place, we are going to get it as 340.6. So I have rounded all the values of pi y to 1 decimal place. 340.55 becomes 340.6. 340.86 becomes 340.9. 341.18 becomes 341.2 and 341.49 becomes 341.5. Now 360 sine y and pi y has been written to 1 decimal place. Now we have to check which value of y makes the value of 360 sine y equal to pi y. Now here if we see, this is 341.6 whereas pi y is 340.6. So this is not equal. Now for the second value 341.4 and the second value is 340.9, which is again not equal. Let us look at the third value of y. 341.2. Now the rounded value of pi y is also 341.2, which means this is the value of y in which we get 360y equal to pi y. So here the value of y is 108.6. I hope you have understood all the steps and liked the video. And if you found this video useful, then check out this playlist where you'll find more examples of this kind. And if you're liking my videos, like, share and subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.